Right, folks, this is a pre-recorded live, so it's not fully live. It's on private and it goes out later on. So you haven't missed a live stream or anything like that. It is 10 minutes to 1 on Wednesday morning. I just done a session on my other channel. The reason why I'm going private live is I use my software to upload another video on the other channel and that. But what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to do a session with the Radio Shack 12-587, not connecting this up to any amplifier or anything like that, and amplifying all the sound, which sometimes amplifies some of the noise and that. So I'm going to just keep this really simple. Turn it on, scan. Going to place it in under the microphone. I have a studio microphone in front of me along the side of the computer here, and the microphone should be good enough to pick up the sound as is. And very often it's a cleaner sound. With some of these radios, if you put a speaker to them, sometimes it muddies the sound. It increases the noise and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna let this go. This may stop from now and again. Who wants to come through tonight? I had a couple of things come through before I started recording this. And that's the reason why I decided I would record this. My dog is asleep behind me here on the back of the couch. Could you tell me how many communicators are here tonight? Stop scanning.
The rest of
it. How many communicators are here tonight? The word 3 came up, but that could have been just pure luck.
Actually.
Can you use this radio to speak to me tonight? You'll see a lot of people, they'll ask a big line of questions, one after another. While they're asking the questions, they're possibly getting responses and that, so don't be in a hurry to ask questions.
Sure.
Have I spoken to you before? Do you class yourself as a spirit? If you do, could you say the word spirit for me to confirm that you are speaking with me?
Came back later. That's all. Doing that well.
If not, just say who you are.
Hey, bro. Crimes that you. Um. So 6 weeks ago. I thought what? Damn.
How are you?
Say pounds. I'm praying.
You're afraid of falling off, are you? You give me a high five, are you?
That's no good. During
High five. High five. High five. You're afraid of falling, aren't you? Oh, you're going to give a high five, are you? Oh, you're going to fall. Yes.
forwards.
You didn't fall there. Could you tell me what is sitting on the back of my couch?
Jeez.
You're looking for a flipping stick now.
See ya.
Do you want stick? High five then for stick. Stick. High five for stick. You're all skittish now.
If I can't.
High five. High five. Yes. High five. High five again. You play the ball, really?
Formation, because there's people 80% unchecked, even though what's that? Steve.
With the lack of interaction with other people, I just thought I would go live. Well, sort of live.
Investigate what's
To sort of make myself useful.
Nothing of corona. The person being does anything.
Could you tell me where you are right now?
Guilty. Do you have distancing? Even 2 feet. No, Pacific China. And this means with a break. These target. And only go. Right. Take a brief. Specifics. Make one.
Could you tell me, do you exist in this world or in a different world?
Coronavirus. Look. Employment. Take me.
If it's a different world, what do you call it?
Coronavirus. Take, for example, using category and working.
If you're not linked up with my main channel, my main channel is Life Afterlife TV Productions, and I just received this, which is which is originally called the Hack Shack, which you probably have heard of, but this is the first radio to be hacked as a spirit box. And I done a preview on that, and I done a session on it. So, you know, if you're interested to see what that sounds like and what I think of it, go to my main channel, which is Life Afterlife TV Productions, and have a look there.
In the
We're not guaranteed every time we turn the spirit box session or spirit box on that we're going to get success. But the more time you do it, the more chances you've got.
Because very different. Was quite strong. Between
What's this?
of the virtue.
Oh.
Due to to start discuss. Will it be?
Could you tell me, are you happy where you are? Happy or sad?
Routine. And so on. Roads, together. If there were.
so tired.
We have up to.
Do you know what? Do you know what my name is?
America. With the impression. Where the water. Country.
You're most likely going to need headphones for this, like all Spurt Box sessions. I recommend you use headphones.
People. That would be the best.
Can you tell me how many is here?
Organist. People. Rather than glory, you see. But I don't. Yes.
Stop and scan. When I first got it, it didn't stop scanning at all. Unless I got them mixed up, because I have two of these.
With more. Actual. In England. The church.
Do you have friends?
Well, retro.
If you have friends, how many friends have you got?
Beautiful. We're trying to. We're a lot. Now it's over.
During the lockdown, when I've had to leave the house, I've been doing my in-car rants, and every time I've done them, I've used the PSP7 in the car while I'm driving along. I'd still continue on my conversation, but I have the Spurt Box in the background, and it's all recorded on a body camera like this, which is facing out through the window and that. It records in 1296p, which is pretty good. Picture and sound pretty good. Sound far away isn't brilliant, but when it's close up, you know, it's pretty good in that. And that's what I've been doing all my in-car rants with. You know, I've tried it out first in Cumber House as a body-mounted camera, you know. Very good night vision, because there's three bulbs there, and the night vision on it is better than any of my camcorders. Really is very good. Can also be used as a motion sensor camera, and it's got a voice recorder on it as well. So you can use a voice recorder without actually having to take picture or film, you know.
Get out the way.
Yeah. Do you mind me speaking with you tonight? Is it good or bad that I'm speaking with you tonight?
Speaking to me. Being great. What do we do? Do you have 6 minutes? Wait at the governor. To go. I'm watching. My.
Could you tell us about your world, or are you allowed to tell us? If you can't tell me, just say I can't tell you.
My problem. Sally. Something that we're supposed to find. Sure, okay. Not today. You go.
People new to listening to Squirt Box sessions, just remember, we're using a scan radio. Not every word is going to be the word from Spirit.
It's too American.
We're basically using radio voice and snippets to produce. I don't know what way to use. I don't know what way the words are used to produce a response. But very often the response is a different tone than what's actually coming out of the radio. Good validation is when you hear a swear word and stuff. Sometimes the swear words can be made up of 2 different words. But the likelihood of that happening can be pretty slim. If it's in a sentence, it's even better validation kind of thing. You know, your chances are a lot better. But very often, sometimes what happens is you ask a question, like how many spirits are here, or how many communicators are here, just at the right time when the DJ says a number in a conversation. Sometimes luck, timing comes into it. Don't want to leave that on too long or I get a copyright strike. Sherlock Holmes. If you're still communicating with me, Could you validate that you're speaking to me by telling me what colour t-shirt I'm wearing? Could you give me a colour, please?
I was thinking, you know, oh, 5%. Decide to volunteer. Girl. I don't see it. Put it on there. System. The rest.
Should have 2 more spur boxes coming. There's 1 package ready to be collected from the post office. So it's either the Curtis box or the Porticon Pickle from Paranologies, which is a random sweet box. So it'll be my first random sweet box.
Fast I'm on it.
All the other boxes I have is linear sweet, which sweep from one frequency to the other. So a random sweet box sweeps all over the place. And I believe it's triggered by EMF or static, I think it's static electricity interference around the box triggers it to randomly stop and stuff like that. So looking forward to seeing that and seeing how that works.
Could you get? Listen.
Can you tell me how many is in my house right now?
And you know, and
My dog last night was desperate to get out to the hallway. She's never demanding or anything like that. But she was desperate to get out to the hallway, and when she went out to the hallway, she ran up and down it frantically, looking around and stuff like that. It was completely out of character. I thought somebody knocked at the door that I didn't hear, because she always has to be the first to the door now. But she didn't go to the door. She went up the other end of the hallway and then started walking around and started looking in all directions. And I can't understand what she was looking for. She was very, very uneasy for a few minutes. And then she calmed down. I don't know what that was about. You know, animals are more sensitive than humans are. So I don't know. She could have seen something I didn't see. Could you tell me, was there somebody here last night? In my house?
A little bit.
Stop scam.
or solicitor.
Was there somebody in my house last night?
One of the travel rules. You want to workers.
You need to get your hair washed.
And progress.
And cut.
Getting
The stevia.
content. Was having yes.
Don't know what's this deal.
Also,
There goes my chair again.
was fighting. I said you the people.
Did you like speaking with me tonight? If you have. Do you like that opportunity to be heard?
Like we all. I think this is worrying. The celebrity. The door. So said it's gonna.
No.
And I think
She's looking for a STICK. Two STICK. She's had a couple of them already. Too late at night for free. Something a ghost. Or ghost 3.
No, nobody else would have.
What's a ghost?
I can. My primary. Deflation. But we know. The matter, I mean. Guidelines.
The camera sometimes flickers. I think it struggles for life.
They've left. And if you look
Simply red. I'm going to finish now.
you would like to concentrate.
Is there anything else you want to say before I turn my radio off? Feel free to say it now. Bedtime. Bedtime.
An overlook.
Times.
Bedtime.
The night.
Bed.
As I've said,
To life.
a sign. Here, especially.
Is it okay for me to speak to you again?
I suppose.
Yes or no?
I believe. I think.
Can I speak to you again? Some other time. Can I speak to you again some other time?
That we want to take. Forums or
Somewhere. And give it to more. Introduce. The European.
you can do it.
Music. Yeah.
I do think.
But I'm seeing.
I'm going to go now. Is that okay with you?
No one could have.
I will speak with you again if you wish.
Country.
There's loads of opportunities.
Get enough.
96. A home.
Struggling.
Garage now. Responsible.
Approaching.
Went on full.
For isolate. You. It says Thomas. And thank you.
Julie.
What's wrong with
Her kitchen.
I'm going to turn off now. I'm going to say goodbye.
it's simple?
And thank you for communicating with me if you have. Could you say goodbye back to me?
Going.
Going is right.
Patient with sense of that.
Stanford.
The social forced to that.
People that are. Go on.
I'm going to turn it off. There we go. 12-587. But do you know some people that watch my channels, you know, some people, they're a viewer, they don't do ITC, they don't do paranormal investigations and stuff. But if you get into ITC, just remember you don't have to go to a graveyard or a known haunted location to do ITC. You can do ITC in your own home. You can do ITC anywhere you wish. Even the older researchers don't exactly know how communication takes place, how it takes place. When we start talking, are we surrounded with spirits? Is there entities that were never the spirits of dead people as we see it, like in elemental energy of some kind or elemental beings of some kind we don't understand in a dimension that we don't understand? Are we living parallel with another world that we get snippets of through communication, but we don't fully understand that world? We ask questions about how this all happens, and nobody's getting direct answers to any of that. So you don't have to go to a cemetery or an abandoned building or go out and do a you don't have to go out and do a paranormal investigation out into a haunted castle or a haunted location well known and stuff like that to get responses on a spirit box. You can do ITC anywhere you wish. Some of the older researchers believe in doing ITC at the same time, do a pattern of if you're doing a regular ITC sessions, radio or communications, to do it at the same time every day. But if you can't do that, that's okay, But you got to remember as well that not all sessions are going to be successful. There's going to be a large percentage that you're not going to get anything. But the more you do them, there's a belief there that there's a connection. There's a connection with this other world that we don't understand, or the communicators. There's a connection there that has to be built up. When I started off with scanned radios, I didn't get anything for over 2 weeks. I was on the verge of saying, I can't do this. There's no way. I don't think I believe in this. And just when I was about to give up, that's when I got responses and stuff like that. And it was quite difficult because it was a PSP 11 that I had, and I didn't have noise filters or anything like that. And after I bought the PSP 11, I think I bought the Roberts 9921, I think it was, which is a hacked radio on that, and it spiraled out of control from there. So is this the Holy Grail? I don't know. There's it depends on the user. If this is all you've got, maybe you can build up a connection with a particular radio. I don't know. Getting success with this, but I have other radios that I get success with as well. But if you're starting out and you don't have the money for a PSP 7 or a hack radio or anything like that, try an ordinary radio with a dial, with a tuning dial, on the side here, and just turn it on. use your finger. There's no difference in that and an automatic sweep, except for you who control the scan. You know, you control the speed of the scan. It sort of takes a little bit of getting used to, but you know, technically you could go to Walmart or you can go to Tesco's, you know, and get a radio with a manual tuning knob like this. But if you can get a one that can go around and continuously go around without stopping, you know, you've got, you know, that is a pretty good radio. These are actually a very good manual radio. So if you bought one of these thinking that you bought the first edition where you bend over a pin and you find out it's not that one, which many people have bought one that they could not hack, you can still. This is one of the best. I think this is one of the best manual. It's a very free. The wheel is very, very free, and you don't have to go over and back with it. You can just keep going.
Terrible.
You know, that's a pretty good little. You can go as quick and slow. And if you wanted a little bit of grip on there, there is you know, if you can actually get them in petrol stations. You get packs of these little protectors for the bottoms of chairs, and you usually get them in a pack with different sizes. You know, you get them with different sizes and that. You can get a medium size. Get the medium size out of a pack. That size there. You take it off. You put it on your wheel there. And then you have a little bit of grip for your... You have a little bit of grip for your scanning there. You know, but this is actually a very good. This is very good. This is a very good manual scan radio. But you can go into Tesco's and buy radios for $5 or $10 and that. And some of them have the tuning at the side here. You'll see them inside there, and try that out before you go investing. If you're kind of questioning whether to buy a PSP7 or a hacked radio box, you know, you're kind of hemming and hawing whether you want to spend the money or not. To try ITC in the first place, just get a cheap radio and just fiddle around with the tuner. You know, that's what we had to do before we had scan radio, you know. Just bit of practice on finding the right speed for you. You know, it takes a little bit of practice for different radios, because all radios are different, you know. But it will get you started. It will get you started. And a lot of people have been doing this a while, doing this a long time, are starting to get back into manual sweep. You know, and as it says, with manual sweep, you control the speed of the scan yourself, you know. So you know, it's something to look into. Something to look into if you want to start out. But if you're, you know, experienced in doing many spurt box sessions, maybe you want to give it a try if you haven't done it already, you know. But I'm going to go on because I'm going to finish because I'm struggling here. I was killing time for my upload for my video and that. But watch out for some live streams. You may not get a warning. I might just be in the mood to do a live, and I will just go on. I don't normally schedule them, so just keep your notifications bell on and stuff like that. And if you are not subscribed to the main channel, please consider doing so, because that's where all this paranormal investigation started. It started off with abandoned exploring and that, so you can have a look at the old videos there and stuff like that. This is a spillover channel. I haven't fully got into trying to do other different things here. I have another investigator, and she normally films on the same location as I do. She wants to get into doing some camera stuff as well. So, I was going to have one video on one channel and the other video on another channel with two different viewpoints, because we've got two different cameras going around and stuff like that. So, we've tried that with a couple of investigations, and it's pretty good, because you're on one location, and the more cameras you have on it, the better chances you are of catching stuff. And the other investigator hasn't got much experience, but she did pick up stuff on camera. She picked up audio on camera. The very night that she'd asked me, can I borrow one of your cameras and can I do some filming? I said, sure, go away. Go do whatever you want to do. She got the camera and she went off into another room and building, and we were doing that, and she picked up an audio. She picked up an EVP on the camera, so it's. And I didn't pick it up on my camera because I was in a different part of the location and that. So it'd be interesting if we can get out and do locations. This year has not been very good so far with the situation that we've been in. But I'm going to go, and I will see you in the next one. I am absolutely struggling right now, But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for the support on the other channel. And the views have been gone. The views have shot through the roof in comparison to normal times, because people are looking at the older videos and the older explorers. The car videos is getting a lot of views. The equipment videos is getting views. Interesting places, abandoned exploring, all starting to get views. Not the new stuff, but the old stuff, which is very, very interesting. And, it means them videos are starting to go out again, But there's a variety of different things on the other channel. So I've blabbered on enough, and I'm so tired. I'm tripping over my words. But I will see you in the next one, folks.